Let's use hashtag offense to get our questions in here on the Michigan Football Report post-game show. We are live now. If you're watching this Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, this is our show live on air. We'll put it on YouTube and on podcast for you to watch later on. Let's take a look at Josh Shea. Where was Gattis calling his plays from, the sideline or the booth? Well, if you didn't see, and you might have missed it during the broadcast, Gattis did an interview with the Michigan radio broadcast, and before the game, he said he was going to go on the sidelines, wanted to be able to do some rah-rah stuff, wanted to be able to talk to the players, and I think that goes back to his roots as an assistant coach. You know, his DNA as an assistant coach. It's to be on the sidelines. Usually, not a ton of assistant coaches are in the booth. Some are, but I did see one person say, why wasn't he down there in the first place? First year, he needs to be able to communicate. Put your quarterbacks coach. Put Ben McDaniels up there. Your wide receivers coach, your quarterbacks coach, McDaniels. Get him up there. Have Gattis in the field. I'll be interested to see what happens going forward with Gattis. If he's back up there next week or if he stays on the sideline. How about Taylor Wingfield? How do you like Michigan's chances versus Iowa after what we saw today? Predictions? Well, I asked you guys your score predictions. I don't think anybody predicted 52-0. I'm going to check with the stats and the research department over there. Any 52-0s? They give me a no as of now, but we're going to double confirm that. I like their chances. I don't know if I'd be surprised if they lost, but I might be a little surprised after what I saw today. It seemed like a team that got their butt kicked, and sometimes the light. What's the line? It's darkest out before it's light, something like that. Whatever that line is. Maybe Wisconsin becomes the darkest point. Maybe it's like the Notre Dame game last year. I know it was their first game last year, but that Michigan figures out where they don't have the right playmakers and adjust things. Maybe Wisconsin was a wake-up call for them. So I'm going to predict Michigan wins at this point, but I'm certainly going to change my mind if I find any information out with injuries or anything like that. You know what that call was about. I'm going to go Michigan 31-21 next week. So if you want to know where the sports book, the big time bettors are putting their money at, if you want to know where the public, the guys who don't know what they're talking about, no offense to the guys who don't know what they're talking about, let's just call them the public versus the pros, bettors, use the Action Network app. They gave us a promo code. Use that URL, chatsports.com/deal. 40% off, folks. $5.99 a month, down from $10. I use it. I'm not BSing you guys in this one. I use it every single week. I use it every Saturday, every Sunday, every Friday to look at the games. I want to find out what the trends are, both this year and in the past, for coaches and players and teams. And I want to find out where the public and where the big-time bettors are putting their money. The Action Network tells us how to do that. Keep using that promo code, #offense. We'll keep taking your questions here live on YouTube and on Facebook Live. The movie section says, Ronnie Bell impressing you? Is Ronnie Bell impressing you? I love the kid. Yeah, I guess, it's tough to... I'm very confused on Ronnie Bell, right? I'm going to tell you why Ronnie Bell confused me. It's because why is Ronnie Bell, we're going to just say what it is, a 2-star player. Why is he outperforming these 4- and 5-star players like Donovan-Peoples Jones, Nico Collins, Tariq Black every week? I don't know the answer to that. I wish I did know the answer to it, but I don't. And every single week he does it. So either he is, the coaches, they were raving about him in the spring and in the fall practice. Either Ronnie Bell is the best wide receiver in this team, or he just does the things and he is Shea Patterson's trust. One of those two things. So there can't be any complaints about Bell. After that first game, he had a few drops, and there's a lot of people, myself included, down on him. But 3 straight games, he's really been one of the only wide receivers to have a major impact on the team. So that's my takeaway on Bell. Love to hear what you guys think. Comment below. Use #offense. Looking at all the questions coming through here on Facebook, live on the Michigan Football Report YouTube channel. If you're watching this later in the week, just know this is our live post-game show. We're going to cut this up into smaller shows so you guys can take this on the go on the Michigan Football Report YouTube channel and on podcasts. We're on both Apple and Google Play Podcast. Next question up from James Wilcox. Thanks for watching, James. Great name. Got some smart parents. Let me just tell you that. I'm not going to apologize for beating up a cupcake. They made the adjustments I thought they needed to make to clean up some stuff. Other than the center of our O-line, I was impressed. Yeah, Cesar Ruiz. There's some questions about him and his play. I think you said the center. I think you mean the center and the guards, the middle of the offensive line. The tackles played nice. Good tackles. 52-0 win. Don't apologize for it. I would have been happy if Michigan ran up a bigger score than this. I would have been happy if they scored 65 points. There's just something about 65-0, 74-0, 78-0 like 3 years ago in Rutgers that makes you feel good. This is Michigan's first shutout since that 2016 season. And shutouts feel good. I mean, that's why I was mad last year in the Wisconsin and the Penn State game when Michigan were dominating those games. You had a chance to beat, I think it was Penn State, they were up 35-0 or 42-0, whatever it was, and you let them get a touchdown in the fourth quarter. No harm in putting your other guys in, but gosh, 42-0 against a top 20 Penn State feels a lot better than 42-10 does, doesn't it? So I like the 52-0. Not going to apologize for beating them up. Hope this takes momentum into next week. All right, guys, if you're excited about this win, if you're glad Michigan won, if you're excited what you saw out of the offense as we're going through our offensive Q&A, type Go Blue in the comments. Watching live, Go Blue. I'm going to get a Go Blue going myself. I'm going to make sure I feel good on this. Going from there, type Go Blue. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. At least when we get a chance, we'll throw up a subscribe. Make sure you guys know what you're getting from this channel. If you're a first-time watcher, just know this is the #1 channel on the internet for Michigan football news. We went 8 episodes last week. I'm going to throw up, it's the Seinfeld, the Van Buren boys. I'm throwing up the Ocho, right? 8 episodes last week. New record. And just week-over-week growth through the moon. It's phenomenal. It's all thanks to you guys. So make sure to subscribe, youtube.com/Michigan TV. News, rumors, highlights, grades, analysis from me, and you won't be the last to know about everything going on with Michigan football, like the people who rely on the dwindling audience, style companies like MGO Blog, Complete Chumps, 24/7 Sports, Sam Webb, and the local radio guys. They are just selling you a bill of goods. We are bringing you the truth. Because I don't have handcuffs on me, for the Michigan Church and hands. I don't have handcuffs on me like those guys do. I can tell you the facts of this program. So make sure to subscribe. We're all people talk about lately around Michigan football. It's all thanks to you guys. All right, keep it real going. Jamel Dotson, thank you so much for watching, Jamel. Our Michigan football post-game Q&A on the offense. Is Josh Gattis on the sidelines, yes or no? I definitely say yes. It makes a difference. Look, I'm with you here, right? I saw something different from Josh Gattis. I was on this guy's a bum, fire him last week. And, I'm going to look at some of these numbers here because compared to the prior 2 weeks, right out of the gate, Shea Patterson looks strong. 12 of 15 from Shea Patterson in the first half. That is good. As my alarm goes off again, guys, I had street parking or something like that out there. Nevertheless, so I got to get that going here at some point. But nevertheless, it looked good. He was comfortable, right? Josh Gattis looked comfortable on the sideline. And that's a good thing for Michigan. If he's not comfortable, he's up in the booth, he can't communicate with Harbaugh very well. That is not going to be a good thing for this offense if Josh Gattis doesn't feel comfortable. I thought Josh Gattis had a chance to maybe, he might be buckling under the pressure of being Michigan football's offensive coordinator at some point. But he seemed to have a turnaround today. He felt like he was getting behind the players, being able to communicate with them throughout the game. And if he can do that, then this offense is going to go a lot better. Because I think he got up in the booth, not a lot of experience up in the booth, and there was something that was missing from his presentation as an offensive play caller, first-time offensive play caller. There was something definitely missing the first 3 games. So he's back in the field. I'm sure that was something that him and Jim Harbaugh talked about. They had their post-game scrums. They talked about what was going on with this offense, and you saw it here, 476 yards, 335 through the air, 141 through the ground. God's Child coming in with another question. If Michigan wins out, will that be enough to get a playoff spot? I mean, sure, probably. I think it's way too crazy to take a 52-0 win over Rutgers and even consider that. Like, 2 days ago, I was on the, probably 6 hours ago, I was on the, Michigan's probably going to lose 5 games kind of train because I didn't see anything out of this team that showed me that they could win Iowa, that they could win Penn State. Penn State looks freaking good, right? Like, their quarterback looks awesome. Michigan State, right? Ohio State. Certainly not Notre Dame. There's no way they're going to beat Ohio State and Notre Dame, I think, at this point. I hope they do. But so you're looking at 3 or 4 losses unless something drastically changed. You can't go, games without having any running back over 50 yards rushing, which was Michigan basically has done this entire year outside of overworking Zach Charbonnet against Army, 33 carries for 100 yards. So thanks for the question. I think they would get in if they won out, yeah. but that would give them another chance to beat Wisconsin in the Big Ten title game and avenge their only loss. I just don't think it's going to happen, to be frank with you. All right, Eddie Jones, my man, do you take into account the injuries in the wide receiver core? Yeah, I do. I think that's a good point. Tariq Black, rumored to be injured last week. Donovan-Peoples Jones has been injured all week. Nico Collins, not injured, but certainly not getting enough looks. I don't believe so. So taking that account, maybe that's why we didn't give them an A+. If they were healthy, they would have had better stats. But I just can't give the wide receiver core an A if nobody ever gets over 100 yards. And there's some diversity here. It's nice to see. You remember the days of Braylon Edwards where he'd have 11 catches and the next guy, Jason Avant, might have 2 or 3. It's not that, one-man show like it was for much of the Lloyd Carr era with the wide receivers, but somebody's got to get 100 yards. It's been 31 games, Eddie, since Michigan's had a wide receiver over 100 yards. Jim Harbaugh has never recruited a wide receiver to a 100-yard game for him. Can you imagine saying that for Oklahoma? I mean, I think LSU has had like 6 different receivers get a 100-yard game this season already, right? Michigan's gone 31 games without a 100-yard wide receiver. So you got to put up A stats if you want the A grade. But certainly, once all those guys are healthy, hoping it's next week, hopefully nobody re-injured anything today, then we'll see what's going down with the wide receiver core. I'd love to give him a night next week. I'm going to be on the road next week. It's going to be iPhone Yoder with the people back in there. I'm going to be doing one of these things, doing a show. So you guys might get me either sweating or something like that because I'm going to rush out of the game and do a post-game show from the road. So thanks so much for the question, Eddie. Thank you again for watching. Hey there, Michigan football fans. Thanks so much for watching the Michigan Football Report. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We've got Michigan football news, rumors, recruiting information, and inside access to the Michigan football program. You ready for another Michigan football video? I got you hooked up right here. Go Blue.